predictions as the draft unfolds. I must say, Navi is sitting on that fateful side of the stage. We talked about it yesterday.
Oh my God, you're right.
That a majority of teams that are placed on the left side of the stage right, for those who are looking from the stage itself, have now, what, closer to an 80% win rate, given that the Philippines went 6-0 yesterday. So right now, that's exactly what Navi is doing. I'm not sure if that means anything, maybe just superstition, but there is a pattern. Going into the draft, Todak here is on the play, taking out the Selena. Much respect to Sawo, while Navi doesn't change anything. It's still the Eve.
Well, let's see. Todak already still respecting their opponents, going in for the Selena. This is one thing that I don't like. We've seen the Selena come up from Todak before. If you find, like, these two games, you've been banning out this hero and it hasn't worked out for you, maybe picking it might be the answer here. Getting some map control, map pressure on the map, and most importantly, that early game aggression that they strive on.
The thing is, I feel like they cannot afford to do that just because they are in the first pick. If they do let the Selena go, they have to first pick the Selena, and first picking Selena is very, very good ages ago. Right now, there's a lot more oppressive options, like the Paquito, like the Farsa, Esmeralda. There is a lot more safer picks. So I feel like this is just a situation where, again, when this possibly is their last game, so they don't want to gamble a little bit too much.
Yep, and I think that's why also we're seeing a very shy version of Todak, wherein they don't allow through the heroes that they want to limit test with. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. We have to make the right decision, but when people expect a certain way of play, we just can't show it yet. It's very difficult.
Yeah, that's the thing. Every single thing is great in hindsight, right? Like, after you've seen the game, then you'll be saying like, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that. But these players, they have not played this game yet. They have not played game 3. They're still in the banning phase. Toda has no idea what kind of composition Navi wants to play. Navi has no idea what kind of composition that Toda wants to play. The only upside is if Navi really does not change their playstyle, Toda, they can more or less predict what heroes and what order Navi is going to do. However, it comes to the question, can they do anything about it?
Well, let's see right now. Again, Todak has the final ban in their hands. What are they looking to ban right here? It's most probably going to be, yep, there you go, the Lilia, the hero that has been just the crucial pick for Navi this 2 games.
Even with Todak on the play, they should be setting the pace. It's still very much, again, as we put earlier, respect for Navi. These are all key heroes, right? That's going to be Sawo's Selena. That's Lil's Phoveus. That's Nagib's Lilia. So even as Todak is the one picking and banning, it's still Navi who's dictating the pace.
Yeah, well, again, you cannot deny from side of Navi, the Lilia as well as the Popa Kupa, they have been doing a lot. So maybe from side of Toda, they just cannot find an answer for Lilia. Let's hope, well, at least from my side as a Malaysian up here, let's hope that from side of Toda, they have an answer for this Popa Kupa, because I feel like Navi is looking very good on the hero and they have no problem picking up very, very early on. The only hero that I am looking at is actually Lu Yi, because Popa and Kupa, they are a unique hero in terms of there's always 2 of them. So actually getting that rotation as well as dispersion is easier on them compared to any other heroes in the game.
Man, all right, now with the Paquito also taken away, Todak has the chance to pick up the Esmeralda for themselves, but do they want to take up the Esmeralda? Maybe they want to go for a Farsa, perhaps even a Clint here in this game. We haven't seen a whole lot of the Clint in this series so far.
Yeah, because Toda has been betting it out.
Yeah, so there's the respect that they were putting on the table. But already, the pattern has changed. So maybe we do see Clint, maybe we do see Clint. If this is an Esmeralda, where do we expect it on Formaze? Unless if you're on the ropes, you put Formaze back into the jungle, then it's a whole nother problem you have to solve.
Momo can play Esmeralda pretty well. So right now from the side of Toda, they're going to play very, very safe. They're going to take this Esmeralda, but again, the big issue that we are wondering, who's going to use it?
Who is going to use it? The Esmeralda pickup for Toda. Honestly, I want to get your thoughts here, Lofel. Because in this composite, we've seen the 2 variations of Todak in this tournament, right? We've seen Chiku in the gold lane. We've also seen Formaze in XP lane now with Chiku in the jungle. Which lineup do you think is better? And do you think that they can still pull it off right now, switching in between games?
switching a lineup between games is something that I would personally go against. However, Todak, they do say that this is one of their strengths. By switching it up, they are confusing the enemy team, and it's something that they have practiced a lot because Chiku, I know this guy personally, and he trains so much, and he actually likes going solo rank just because he is forced to change a lot of his own playstyle. But to answer your question, I prefer him being on the gold lane just because he can bully people out. And right now, Popel Koopa has been picked up again, and that is almost a confirmed winning lane.
Yep, and they also pick up the
Farsa.
essential counter to the Popel Koopa, right? Like, you don't want to get that little boy blasted by a feathered airstrike, so why not pick it up themselves? The one caveat here, though, is I'm assuming it's going to be on Nagib. So Nagib does not have the emergency button, the panic button of the black shoes anymore, so he has to be very careful now for his positioning.
Absolutely, but Todak, they will pick up the Estes. You want to go for the feather airstrike? We will have the Estes and the Roger. We're going to dive you completely and shut you down from the get-go again. This is Todak coming in with the strategy that I really like.
Yeah, really changing up their draft. Right now, they're looking a little bit more easier composition to play because, again, the Esmeralda, you just got to survive your lane. Eventually, you're going to be the one opening up the map and you can engage in the team fights. Yums, we've seen him on this Estes, and it is on the key to victory. Get him on this healers. Right now, this Roger, again, is a very strong hero. Todak plays it a little bit differently, but still a lot of versatility.
But between the Estes and the previously played Florin, is this the better choice? Because Wolf argued a very good issue with that Bloom.
Banning.
It gives you scaling. It helps the Roger do a little crazier than he usually does. So, I don't know, is this comfort? Are we looking at Yums just saying, okay, I'll play what I know?
We'll see, honestly, right now, because Yums, he can still pick up the Ruby. It is still very, very good against Na'Vi, but it can be banned out instantly, right? Ruby right now can be banned out. Actually, no, Yums is on the Estes, I know, but
No,
I mean,
but
the Ruby pick can come through.
Does Moon play Estes? Because again, if you're down like this, maybe a surprise shuffle again on hero picks might be the key.
Honestly, Moon can, just because he is one of the more versatile heroes from the side of Todak. Well, aside from Chico, because there's no beating this guy in terms of hero pool. But Moon has been really switching it up between the tank plays, the very, very heavy artillery style kind of heroes.
He plays a Cho in mid too.
He plays a Cho in mid as well. But right now, for this kind of lineup, we have to look at the damage coming in from Todak. They have pretty good damage. Do they want to build a little bit more sustain over here? The Ruby is a very good pick. However, I feel like for the side of Todak,
I will protect you.
will it be
Your
good
team
enough?
is banning.
Todak banning away the Lolita once again, the Selena Lolita, and they might end up going for the same ban again. The Grok is still up for grabs for Na'Vi, but let's see what they want to ban through. Now Clint banned out. Do we want to go for another Brody?
Yeah.
Okay, so in this kind of situation, for the side of Na'Vi, it's pretty obvious for the side of Todak, they do not have a gold laner. And as of right now, we've seen the Beatrix, we've seen the Brody. Both these heroes can do well in this kind of composition. So I really feel like it's one of the situations where Na'Vi, they're just going to ask Lil, it's like, okay, which lineup do you not really want to face against? I feel like Lil, personally, he doesn't care whether he's going up against the Beatrix or the Brody. But I would say in terms of brokenness, maybe Beatrix, but comfort, Brody.
Your team
Yep, there
is
you go.
banning.
Brody ban coming in for Na'Vi. That's going to round up their bans. Now Todak with the same thing. It looks like Na'Vi, they're targeting the gold lane. Todak, do they want to target towards Sawo once more? The Grok ban didn't really pay off in the end. Na'Vi were still able to get the lead.
Matilda's still out there. Just saying, Matilda's still on the board.
Bro,
I feel like if they were going to ban out the Grok, maybe not the best kind of situation, because their draft would not really be punished too heavily by the Grok, especially if the Grok tries to get a little bit too overzealous and this Roger finds a situation where he can get the reverse kill. It might be favorable for them. So maybe target the jungler instead. Maybe a Yi Shin ban, maybe I don't know, like a Balman ban or something.
A Yi Shin ban would be great because as soon as it throws over to phase 2, Na'Vi can pick up the Yi Shin and just have free reign over the map. You'll have Defender again buying time with the Uranus, and basically via the Farsa and the Popol Koopa, Na'Vi just owns everything. So we'll see Nathan ban instead from Na'Vi. Let's see if they pick up on the Yi Shin. That's a good option. Legit good read.
now that the side of Todak has this Roger, has the Esmeralda, I feel like the Ruby pickup right now is going to be great for Na'Vi. Picking up the Ruby is going to be amazing. Again, Roger and Estes will be nullified completely in these team fights, plus get that damage dealing jungler, which I personally believe the best option right now, yes, it is the Yi Sun-shin.
And over the side of Na'Vi, they're gonna pick again a lot of very good compositions, because right now for the side of Na'Vi, the unique thing that they have is this is basically the first game and second game combined, except now with the Florin, something unique only to her. When she pops that ultimate, when she heals someone, you can't apply the anti-healing on Uranus. How are you gonna kill this guy?
Yep, he's all the more chunky. And again, this is kind of solves a problem with Nagib, where sometimes he gets caught out. Even if he does reposition with the wings by wings after the feathered airstrike, he can maybe time out and wait for the cooldown, go again. So this is a good call by Na'Vi.
Man, Na'Vi have just been on point in the drafts every single time. Against Malvinas, adapted so fast, and now against Todak, basically threatening a 3-0, but Todak will end their drafts up with the Kagura and the Beatrix here. All of these heroes coming up together and actually forming a very solid team as well. They have good range, they have good early game, good late game, they can scale, they can skirmish, they can look for objectives, but let's see how Na'Vi rounds it off.
Great burst. I love the pickup on the Beatrix and the Kagura. That was the one thing I was going to say what's missing from this lineup. They have sustainability, they have engage, just no burst. Great last two picks.
But I feel like they have a pretty good draft. But as of right now, again, Na'Vi is looking super strong.
Who's the
Duelist
jungler?
hero on the bot.
Yeah, who's the jungler?
We talked about Yi Sun-shin.
Should be Yi Sun-shin?
It's not a bad pick right now.
If it's not Yi Sun-shin, if they want to go for something more safe,
Oh, I wouldn't say
I wouldn't
Great
say
Day is safe, but
I wouldn't say safe, but
They're
that
going
is a
for the
lot
early.
of range. That is a lot of range as well, right? So technically, it is safer because Yi Sun-shin, he needs to be able to proc the passive. So yeah, basically kind of you're forced to make a lot of bad positioning plays when the Yi Sun-shin. On the Granger, though, you can just play with the range. Moba Zane did it earlier in this tournament.
Sunset Lover did it too.
Sunset Lover did it too, and now he's trying to capitalize on the fact once more.
Looks like from side of Na'Vi, they're not letting Todak win any kind of early trades, early engagements. We have to see between both these teams. This is game number 3. The life of Team Todak is on the line. If Na'Vi wins this game, we have to let go another MPL champion.
Well, let's see. From the draft itself, honestly, I have to say that I really like Na'Vi. I'm not gonna lie. With the range that they have, they can basically just poke them to death at this point, right? It's gonna be really hard for the Roger to get in as well, with the Florin basically just babysitting every single member with the healing, with the sustain that they have, and that wave control. Look at this. Na'Vi already earlier on winning in on the trades.
I think this is exactly the kind of change Todak needed to put into their draft, their mindset, and their gameplay, because now Yums allows a little bit more overextension. Maybe this is the fix that they needed.
Well, let's see. It's going to be, again, Na'Vi controlling the early pressure here, already chunking Yums low, but Todak actually will be able to clear out the waves faster, and that is very good setup for the Little Wanderer. Obviously, with the Roger, Granger can't really go for it, but oh my god, he steals it!
Still got it! This is just pure comfort
without
for
retreat.
Na'Vi. Yep, no, he just hit him with the Rondo.
And right now from the side of Na'Vi again, they're having a pretty hefty lead. Now Formaze, maybe he's in a little bit of trouble here.
Defender putting a few stacks of that Ionic Edge on. And interestingly enough, Defender's having an okay time against the Esmeralda.
Having a good time, I would say, because he's going to keep healing up. While the Esmeralda, she has to wait while she's having the shield to slowly build up her HP again.
And for now, again, you see the difference between a marksman jungler and a non-marksman jungler. Chico guys just much faster on the clear.
Much faster, but also not just because... Yeah, okay, Roger is much faster, yes. But also Sunset Lover, he actually took a very weird path going up top, maybe looking for a cheese gang onto the Esmeralda, who wants to go aggressive in the early stages. But this is also really good for Sunset Lover because he's pathing bot.
Speaking of cheese gangs, Lil already used up his flicker as Yums does the same, reciprocating it. There's a Death Sonata from Sunset Lover. Salvo flickers in, trying to find the CC. Chico guys jumps on the Sunset Lover. First blood drawn by the Todak squad. They get a double on him. First blood brought to you by Razor. Chico guys, wow, it's his turn on the Roger now.
Oh my god.
They're not done. Lil, come here. A delayed triple.
Triple kill for Todak, and just like that, that's what we mentioned, the Roger. That is why it's so comfortable. When Todak doesn't respect the opponents, just plays all the way. That's a turret taken in the 2nd minute of the game.
Oh, and right now Moon trying to go for the 1v2, but looks like is he gonna go down? Chico guys, he's going for the kill, and he's a little bit too late there.
How did that happen? 2 minutes? They pressured too much down bottom. Lil, I'd love to see him recover from that. We know Lil can recover from situations like this, but not a 2-minute turret take down bottom after a triple. That's ridiculous.
Oh.
I hope like if this is a situation where Todak is angry, keep being angry. I'm kind of okay with this. I like this kind of aggression. I just hope that they can maintain it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But the thing is, Navi, they have so much disengage right now. Maybe not enough, though. Moon goes in. 4maze with the jump in. They're just drawing a line so that Chico guys can get this first turtle of the game. It's so weird. I'm saying that first turtle in 3 minutes after a triple. And it's going to be easy pickings as Sunset Lover runs away elsewhere. Turtle take brought to you by the STB. Oh, Moon! He's something else right now. Chico guys jumps on to Sawo. Moon secures the kill. I'd rather say feathered airstrike by Nagi, but he's blasted by Momo with the bombs from Bennett. And now there's a bite by Lil onto Momo. Just Humes activating everyone. And another ult from Momo taking down Lil. It's going to be 4maze confirming the kill. And here's a 5-man demolition squad taking down tier 1 mid in 3 minutes 40 seconds. Starting with 1 kill on Roger is already such a huge power spike, but he started on 3 kills, and you can really see what it's done to this hero. This is crazy right now. Even diving under the turret, he's able to take a lot of the shots and not die, not even lose half health. That was beautiful by Chico guys, knowing the exact limits of this hero.
The thing that I like when Chico guys plays the gold lane is he wins the lane. So if he's a jungler, he just goes to the lane. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And I feel like for that kind of situation, just now the far side not being able to take him down because he's not taking turret damage, it's actually good that you make sure that he took aggro first.
And it's now Navi answering back with a 4-man rotation of their own, forcing out the cancel on the strike. Oh, he dodges the flame shot, close one. Nagib uses his flicker. Sawo as well. There's the passion by Momo, and they'll just continue. It's a death ball, it's a siege ball. They're not giving any quarter to Navi, but look at the back line. 4maze jumping onto them in the front line. It's Defender using his flicker already. Navi's in trouble, and Todak is just calculated, aggressive, and relentless.
Amazing plays from Todak. They know that they can't force this. I mean, they know that Navi can't force to defend it. So instantly with with better siege, I can say right now, with the zoning, with the healing, with the damage coming in as well from Todak, they will be able to take turrets down relatively easy. So look at them roaming around the map, grouping up as 5. Navi, this is one thing that they need to stop doing. They need to stop grouping. Look for trades on the board.
Oh, look at this. 4maze gonna get caught by 3 members from the back line. Don't check it out. Momo throws some bombs up. Taken down. Lil Sunset Lover gonna go as well. Moon with the yin-yang overturn. Sawa not gonna save him. This is ridiculous. 1 for 2 just like that.
4,000 gold lead in the 5th minute of the game. Todak are looking to make it a 5,000 gold lead. But look at the setup right now. Sure, Todak are getting kills on the board, but as of right now, not as Vincere, they're still able to actually control the pressure.
I can't remember how many days straight that we've been casting, but this is the Moon that I want to see. This is the Moon that is showing up. He's been setting up a lot of kills with that yin-yang overturn, getting at least 2 members from the side of Navi. This is, I would say, part of the reason because how Todak can really move this fast, just because how he set up, especially in those mid lane trades.
Now, honestly, like looking at this, 5,000 gold lead with the items already built. It's going to be Momo with the Blade of Despair. And number 1, look at Chiku. Windtalker already built here in the 6th minute, coming into his next item. Well, oh my god!
Nothing.
What?
Navi cannot find the window. They stick together, they get taxed. They stand alone, isolated, they get ganked. It's very difficult to be anyone on the side of Navi. They need Defender. Right now more than ever. But I think even Defender wouldn't survive a 2 or 3-man gank from Todak at this point, being 6k gold ahead in 6 minutes.
No, man, the Windtalker and the War Axe. Oh,
4maze, maybe, but not quite. There's a shutdown, but it's too late. Still always gonna be a trade. 2 for 1. Chico guys takes down Nagib, and Defender just pushing them back. This is just damage control. Todak's still gonna take what they want.
Absolutely, but one thing I do want to talk about is the Windtalker and the War Axe, alright? When you have that on a Garager, you just become unstoppable. Maybe even diving onto this might not be a bad idea. Sunset Lover doing some damage, but look at that! Look what I'm trying to say! Sunset Lover with 1 like and bounce, almost getting 1 tap, man.
And we're talking about how Todak is playing the game of Navi. This time, they're really forcing Navi to play their own game because right now, oh, hold on, Defender is going in front. Navi, we do have to remember that they have played from behind so many times. And right now, 7,000 gold lead. They do have the far side. They can survive these kind of engages just because the far side can clear up the lanes very quickly. But if Chiku keeps playing like this, maybe the far side has to reconsider her own positioning.
Mind you, yes, Navi has been playing from behind quite a bit in the run of M3. But whenever they did, they would have a lineup that has a little more, how do I say, complexity. This lineup right here is just pure damage. There's very little CC, very little they can do in terms of a catch. It's so hard to set up death bushes with this kind of lineup. I think Navi really has to reconsider their approach this time around, especially against Todak, who's 8k ahead.
Reconsidering, yeah, for sure, man. They need to keep on just looking for trades. Again, they've been forcing a lot of these proactive movements on the map, and they've been getting punished. But look at this.
4Maze dancing around,
oh,
gonna keep him alive. There's a fifth of health left on 4Maze, and now just under half. It's no punish from Natus Vincere at all.
This is the dancing fish that I want to see from game one. Right now, Formius is dancing around, and they are not stopping 5 people here from the side of Todak. They're gonna get mid inhibitor.
And this is the thing, from Navi, they actually find comfort inside of the base, but I don't think with an 8,000 gold lead. I said it before, you know, even when you have an 8,000 gold lead, Navi, as long as they have the turrets, they will still be able to come back. But at this point, they won't have the turrets. Actually, one inhibitor turret already taken down in the 8th minute. This is already, snowball is an understatement. Todak are completely controlling the game as Defender jumps in.
Right now, looking from the side of Todak, how can they siege? How can they engage? Formius is going heavily in front. What but look at the damage!
Moon starting up with the overturn. Nagib answers back with the feathered airstrike, and they rotate onto top lane. That's going to be a lot of damage still on that umbrella as they go back and forth. Todak still at the advantage. That's going to be Chico guys going in. Defender being the only amount of the only representative of peel on the side of Navi. They let go, and just like that, they take that inhibitor. There's nothing that Navi can do here but just try to stay alive.
Absolutely nothing. The only high ground that they have right now is coming from the Feather Airstrike. Sure, Granger can clear, and so as well as the Popo and Koopa, but it's not really good clear. Just one by one, you're getting the minions down one by one. That's not what you need. You need to be able to burst all these minions down before it comes close. And at this point, man, Navi, they need to get a desperate fight on, because if not, it's just going to be Todak controlling the game and ending maybe, possibly in the 11th minute.
Yeah, and the thing that I like about Todak, how they controlled the siege just now, was actually them taking turns of aggroing the turret. First, it was Momo, make sure that she hits first, and then the target focusing her, she went back, Chico guys comes in, turret aims for Chico comes out, and then he aims on someone else. That is a very good juggle in terms of damage. Right now, Lord was taken so easily.
You could have held your breath, and Todak would have taken Lord. Just blink, and it's gone. That's so fast. I love how Todak has just not taken their foot off the gas this whole game. 10 minutes, 30 seconds in. Now slowly approaching the 10k gold mark. Lead over Natus Vincere. Look at this, Formi's. They're setting it up. Look at the moon, look at the moon, look at the moon! Oh, that's going to be the yin-yang overturn setup already, plus the passion from Momo down bottom. Yum's chasing away Sawa, who's the better healer. Now he's gonna jump on the 3. Down goes Lil, defender could not stand. Nagib pulls the better airstrike as he panics away. Tico guys shredding them. Sunset Lover gonna die in his own base. It's a double kill for the werewolf. Sawa, the only one standing as Todak waits for the Lord and this huge wave in mid. They're gonna take game number 3 in quick fashion. Malaysia still in this.
This is